a lot of people have heard the term design, but maybe less people are aware of what experience design means. Like, is it you design experiences? What does it actually mean to do this work called experience design?
So it's not just about how nice it looks, but it's also thinking and caring about the other side and the experience. And that the issue is you cannot dictate the experience. You cannot say, oh, because of the way I design it this way, this person will definitely feel this way. Because different people have different backgrounds, right? And you might come in a good mood, you come in a bad mood. You have different ideas of what it's like. And so you can only curate possibly and offer the experience, but then it has to be interpreted by somebody else. And in that sense, it's similar to art, right? So you paint, and then once it's in the gallery, it's up to the viewer to then interpret and imagine what the message is.
So if you had to explain art or design or creativity to an average person, how would you explain it?
A lot of good art is very provocative. Design is more about problem solving a lot of times. So it's figuring out, hey, there's something that's maybe not smooth or not as right with the world, and going through the process of intentionally making decisions to make things better.
So then what is creativity then?
Share a little bit about yourself in the way you do things and how uniquely different it is. So that's creativity. A lot of it is also seeing connections that you've never seen or is not obvious to other people. When people say they're not creative, they're denying a part of their life. They're really denying a part of their life that I think would enjoy, but never felt like they really belonged in that space. I think for children, right, art and creating is so natural to them. I mean, I see them always wondering and directing questions to adults like, why don't you come play with me? Let's create something together. And I think throughout our adult lives, we learn to be not kids. And I think part of that, we lose that relationship with creativity as well.
Did you feel yourself becoming more creative as you age or becoming less creative as you age?
I think part of it has to do with permission to fail. I think generally we are creative within ourselves. I think one of the questions is, do we show the world what's happening within our minds and our bodies when we think of creativity? I do think there's like a fire that burns within us and that's constantly creative. And yes, we can temper it down, but it keeps coming back up. I think one of the questions is, do we put it out there in the world? I think as adults, we do have self-limiting beliefs, or society says, no, you can't fail now. And that allows us to makes us withhold that. For me, as I age, and I think as I get some form of success, the stress of failure becomes less and less so. So yeah, I think I'm more creative now. But I think it's a position of privilege that allows that creativity. Like people who cannot fail, who make a small mistake and their entire career or entire life is hanging in the balance, the space to be creative in that zone takes a lot more courage. A lot more courage than somebody who's like really successful, really has a lot of, things going for them, and they can just try, risk, and just believe in themselves, and just express. It's a very different power positions. And I think that has an effect on creativity.